right, so my point is you can play different kinds of rhythms on top of this groove. You just have to use your ear to see how it fits over the overall groove of the drums and the bass. Okay, because there's kind of a set type of rhythm that would sound good over that pattern, and it usually has to do with the bass drum and the bass guitar. In this case, that's kind of what you're trying to lock into. Okay, so good. Let's take a little break here, and I'm going to show you some stuff with finger picking here in a minute. Hi, I'm back. I'm back after enjoying a nice Chinese meal of chong pong. We enjoyed it with my business associates here, and it was great. So anyway, we're going to talk about some more styles of guitar playing in our lesson, and this is going to involve not using the pick, but actually our fingers. And this is just going to be an introduction to the style of finger style playing, but I want to show you something today in this lesson that you can work on. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at our G chord. Normally we would play it as an open strum, perhaps, or maybe with our pick like this, or like this. But what we're going to do today is we're going to put down the pick all the way down, and we're going to use just the root of the chord here, and we're going to play that root with my thumb. You heard the difference right away. It's a little softer sound. And the reason I'm only going to use my thumb is because I'm going to use my other three fingers here to play the open D, G, and B strings. Okay? Now that's going to allow me an independence with my right hand that is a little harder to play with my pick. Okay? It's going to allow me to play a simple pattern like this. Or maybe okay? And that's just a good practice to start getting things happening in a finger style. Okay? And it doesn't stop there. There's a lot of other things we're going to add to it. We're going to take that and we're going to add something to it. And check out what I'm adding here. As you can see with my left hand, I'm adding what looks like part of a chord. And in fact, it is. It's actually part of the C chord that we know, but I'm still maintaining the G on the bottom. So that really sounds good on top of the G bass. Right? So it's going to sound like this. Okay? And it might seem really simple at first, but it's harder than you think to get that really even and steady. So I've written out right over here. You can actually see on the board what I'm doing. I'm playing the open strings, and I'm keeping that note there, and then I'm adding these two notes to it. And that's C over G, and this is just G. Okay, now I think it sounds really nice if you incorporate the next chord, and that's the C chord, the full C chord like this. And do the same thing now. Just go up a set of strings and play the pattern. Practice that bass note, and then these three notes, the G, or the E, the G, and the C there. And then incorporate the 4 chord on top, the F chord, just like I did here, only now it's a fourth above, so we have this now. And then we could go back. Back and forth. Okay, and you can see exactly what I've written down right behind me. It's pretty much what I'm playing. This is just tabbed out for you. the other one. Okay, notice how these three fingers right here act as one. I call that a claw. Okay, they work together almost like they're all glued together. Okay, and that achieves that. I do that because it achieves a more even sound when they all operate as one, right? So now there'll be other times where you're going to use independence even with your fingers, and you're going to be playing. Right? And you're going to be able to get a more advanced finger picking style. And we'll cover that in some other lessons. But for right now, just work on that even. If you want to do something a little bit more adventuresome, you might actually that's kind of nice. You can see what I did there. I've just taken the C chord again, and then I'm just releasing this D string and then getting a little melody in there. That makes it a little bit more special. I guess you could even do that on the next chord. Let me slow that down. You'd have to do it like that. It's a little trickier though. Okay, so that's our first example of some right hand technique using some finger picking patterns. So let's just finish off the lesson here with our little groove and just make sure we're doing it in good time. Okay, here we go. Right behind me, use these chord forms. Here we go. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do that again. Okay, next chord. Next one. Again. Next chord. Now check this out. Add a little trick in there that you might want to check out. That's kind of a fun thing. So I'll leave you with that. All I did there was take the C chord and I brought the whole C chord up, right, to introduce this implied D sound. But notice that there's the open G ringing inside of these two notes, so you get a nice little dissonance there. So you got to make sure that you let those ring, those notes. All right, so there's our lesson today. I hope you learned something about our dominant chords that we put together with our little groove. And now we've got some right-hand technique. So at the same time you're working on your picking technique with your rhythm guitar, make sure that you're also developing your right-hand technique with your finger picking style. All right, I'll see you next lesson. Thank you.